All right, let's build a UNSC frigate. So I'm going to start off by placing a mag-filled landing thruster. So I'm going to start at this central point. I'm going to move back one. I'm going to place that there. From here, I'm going to take the 1x1 Thunderbird class walkway and just snap that right above that. And then behind that, I'm going to use the Thunderbird class landing bay. I'm just going to snap that there just like that. All right, so now from here, I'm going to take a Thunderbird class 2x1. That's just going to get snapped right above that. And then I'm going to take a Titan class 2x1, and I'm going to snap that one right above that one. All right, so now, let's see, I'm going to take another 2x1, place that one here, place another one, place one more, and then I'm going to take a 1x1 Titan class and place that there. All right, so now jumping underneath here, take a ducting joint. That's just going to get placed underneath that 1x1. See, I'm then going to take another 1x1 hab. That's going to get placed right behind this ducting joint. And then I'm going to take one more ducting joint. I'm going to skip 2 spots. I'm going to place it right there. So that should be right in the middle between these pieces and these pieces. All right. See, jumping towards the back, I'm going to take another 2x1. I'm just going to place one here just like that. All right, moving up to the next level. Got another 2x1. Place that here. Looks like another 2x1 here. And then I'm going to be using the Titan class cockpit, and that's just going to get snapped right in front of this 2x1. All right, so now from behind, let's see. Take another ducting joint. That's going to get placed here. I'm going to place my reactor. So for this build, I'm going to be using the Zenith class reactor. So that's just going to get snapped right behind that ducting joint. And then I'll place one more ducting joint right behind the reactor. All right. So now, moving on to the next level. Got another 2x1. I'm going to place that here. Place another 2x1 right in front of that. I'm then going to take a relay joint, and that's going to get placed right in front of the other 2x1. See, and it looks like another 2x1 in front of that, and a 1x1 right in front of that one. And then let's see, looks like another ducting joint. That'll go there. All right, let's jump around to the back. Let's see, heavy linkage piece. There it is. That's going to get placed right behind this 2x1. And then I'm going to be taking a reinforced hull, and that's going to go right behind this linkage piece. All right, so now from here, I'm taking a Titan class 1x1, and that's going to get snapped right here. So if you look all the way down, it's going to be the row that this mag-filled landing thruster takes up. So you're just going to go all the way up, and that 1x1 piece is going to go right there. Then I'm going to take some more 2x1s. And let's see, we're going to jump 3 spots. So 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to place two of the 2x1s right there. All right, so now moving on to the bottom. I'm going to take these streamlined trims. I'm just going to place 2 right in this gap. And then I'm going to take this swept casing. Now I'm just going to flip that around. Now I'm going to snap that to the back of this this ducting joint. And then over here on this side of the gap, I'm going to take this Albatross cargo tank. I'm going to flip that upside down. That's going to get placed there. And then I'm going to take a radiator casing, and that's going to go right underneath that, just like that. All right, so now up to this level, it's going to be the level where your cockpit's at. I'm going to take these reinforced hull links. So I'm going to place one right here. So the front end of it's going to be running alongside the cockpit, and I'm going to place another one right behind that. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. All right. So now, under these pieces, I'm going to start off by placing a Speedbird diffuser. Flip that upside down. One's going to go there. And then, let's see. Oop, I lied. One's going to go there. So it's just going to be back one. And then I'm going to take the radiator casings again. Flip those upside down. I'll place two more. And then I'm going to place more of these diffusers. So I'm going to place one right there to the left of that. Then I'm going to flip it upside down and place one right above the top. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, so now that those are placed, I'm going to move up to this top section here. I'm going to take the longshore cowling piece, and that's just going to get snapped right in front of this 1x1. From here, I'm going to take more of these streamlined trims, and I'm just going to place two of them right in this gap. So one's going to go here, and then this other piece is just going to kind of intersect with that cowling piece. All right, jumping up to the front, I'm going to take this antenna piece, and I'm going to snap that right to this 2x1. And then down here, I'm going to take this cargo capsule, and I'm going to snap that one to this 1x1. And then I'm going to jump around to the back. So this little back section here, I'm going to take a radiator casing, flip that upside down and around. That's just going to get snapped to the back of this 2x1. And then from this 2x1, I'm going to snap a albatross cargo tank. Flip that upside down. That's going to get snapped there just like that. All right. And then I'm going to take the ducting joints. I'm going to place one on each side of the reactor. And then behind those ducting joints, I'm going to take, let's see, where is it at? Oh, there we go. I'm going to take these bolted joints, and those are just going to get placed right behind those. All right, now I'm going to jump up top here. Let's see, looks like I'm going to place another 2x1. So the back section of this 2x1 is going to connect to this 1x1 underneath it. I'm then going to take a swept casing. I'm going to flip that upside down. That's going to get snapped in front of this 2x1. And then in the back, I'm going to take an albatross cargo tank. Flip that around. That's going to get placed there. And then I'm going to take another swept casing, flip that around, and that's going to go on top of that, just like that. All right, and actually, you know what? I'm going to take more swept casings, and they're going to get snapped right above these ducting joints. All right, and it looks like behind here, so this reinforced hull link, I'm going to be connecting the twin echo jets. So that's just going to get snapped there. And then I think we're ready to move on to the wings. All right, for the wings, I'm going to start off by placing some more 2x1s. So I'm going to place one here and here. So the back portion of this front one's going to connect to this ducting joint, and then the front portion of this 2x1 is going to connect to this piece. From here, underneath it, I'm going to take the industrial joint. That's going to get snapped to the underneath front bottom portion of this 2x1, and then right behind that, I'm going to take the reinforced hull link. That's going to place there just like that. And then right behind that, take the albatross cargo tank. I'm going to flip that upside down, and I'm just going to rotate it so the angle is kind of aiming towards the outside of the ship. All right, now jumping up top, I'm going to take another one of these reinforced hull links, and that's just going to get snapped right in the middle of these both of these 2x1s. I'm then going to take more of these albatross cargo tanks, flip those around, and these angles once again are kind of going to be aiming towards the outside portion of the ship. All right, so now take this streamlined trim cap. That's going to go in the front portion of this reinforced hull link. And then right behind that, I'm going to follow that up with a streamline trim piece. And then down here underneath, there's only 3 spots you can snap pieces to. So this middle section, I'm going to place one more of these trim pieces. And then on both sides, I'm going to cap them off. Just like that. Alright, and then the last thing to do for these wings, so I'm going to connect the Kino Stream thruster to the back. So that's going to get snapped to this this 2x1. And then the last piece, going to be taking this Arcadia aerofoil, and that's just going to get snapped right here. So it's going to be the front 2x1, and that'll complete the wing. So I'm just going to repeat the same process on the other side real quick. Alright, so now that that wing's done, let's see, gotta place some weapons. Be using the photon cannon array, and I'm just gonna snap that to the front portion of this this reinforced hull link. And I'm gonna be doing that for the other side as well. Alright. And with that, I think that's going to do it for the main portion of the build. And, like, this will work if you don't want to get into the more advanced portion of it. Because I try to stay away from, like, the decorative pieces as far as, like, the build. But for this one specifically, in order for it to look even better, I had to actually use some of the furniture pieces to kind of spice it up a little bit. So I'm going to be jumping... I'm going to be jumping over that here in a second. Alright, so before I get into these decorative pieces, I did forget to place one piece. So I'm going to be taking the satellite receiver and snapping that to the front portion of this 2x1. So this is actually a very important lesson. Before you get into placing the decorative furniture pieces for this build, be absolutely certain that you are done adding the actual ship pieces, because once you get into actually placing these furniture pieces, you're not going to be able to go back through, make adjustments to the actual ship itself without deleting some, if not most, of the furniture pieces that you're going to place. So with that said, I'm going to back out of this. And for this tutorial, I'm not going to place each one of these furniture pieces. I'll show you guys the location of where I've placed them, just because it's a real pain to do, especially doing this while I'm recording. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna get close to the ship once you exit out of the whole spaceship builder, and for PC players, you're gonna click Z on your keyboard. That's gonna open up this furnishings tab, and it's gonna give you a lot of different pieces. So first up, I'm just gonna take these wall units. And I placed one here, and I blew this up all the way, I believe. Yep, so yeah. So I blew that one up. I placed it underneath this piece, and I did the same thing for the other side. This piece right here was a storage panel, and I blew that one up all the way as well. And I kind of tucked it up into this corner between the main portion of the ship and the wing. And then over here on the front end, I got another one of those wall units. Yep, wall unit, and that just got placed right there, just like that. Let's see, just making sure. I think that's it for that portion. Jumping around to the wing, I just got a decal, so that's going to be the wall art and the white design decal. Just place one there, and I blew it up just a little bit to kind of fit in this section. I did the same thing for the other side. Got like a bubble glitch or something on my screen. Alright, so now the back of the ship. I got this little receiver node. Let's see what exactly this one's called. So tall antenna. So that tall antenna got placed right here. So it's the front section of this 2x1 piece right here, and then right behind it. Let's see. I got the side panel that I just laid flat, and I blew it up a little bit to kind of fit in the back, just like that. All right, now jumping up to the top of the ship. So I got another wall unit that I laid flat right to the back side of this 2x1 hab unit. And then I got another one of these tall antennas that I placed directly behind it, just like that. Right. I believe that's going to be it for the back portion. Moving up front, I got some more wall art. So these are going to be the white border decals. I just placed 2 strips on each side of this little checkerboard pattern. So I did that for this side, and then the same for the other side. Let's see, up top where these 2x1s meet, I end up just placing just like a designated number. So you can choose whatever you want. I chose 45. So I just placed that right there. So it's going to be right where those 2x1s meet. And then jumping forward a little bit, I got more of these white border decals. So I just kind of placed them along the side. It's going to be one just back to back. So I placed one, flipped it around, and I placed it together. So that kind of forms kind of a wider version of that. And I did that for the top and bottom. I don't know if my jetpack's going to get me all the way to the top. Stop here real quick. All right, and I did the same thing across the top. Now, this was a pain because this side had to match up with this side. So what I ended up doing is I did the one side, and then I did the top portion, and then I just kind of matched this side with the top. So it was slightly off from the other side, but it's not that much off to where it's noticeable. But that was the easiest way I managed to get that done. All right, and so then I think the last part, and this was the hardest part, was these 2 pieces right here. So this piece, let's see, figure out, okay, so this was the side panel. This piece was a side panel that I placed, and I kind of butted it up almost to the edge, and I blew it up just a little bit just to kind of fill in this area, and then right above it, I have this storage panel that I blew up. So place that to the top portion. It looks something like that. All right, so now that all of those are placed, I'm going to jump inside the ship. And I didn't think this needed to be said because I know my previous tutorials I didn't show how to add stair pieces, but I know some of you guys have been asking. So in order to add stairs, now that I'm inside, same thing. I'm going to press Z on my keyboard. It's going to open up the this tab here, and under interior modules, you'll have access to the internal stairway. So I just placed a stair piece here, and it pretty much goes all the way up. So I just placed one here, placed one here, placed one here, placed one here, and like I said, it goes all the way up to the very top. So that's what that looks like. Now I'm going to jump to the exterior of the ship. All right. So now the last thing you need to do is going to be the paint job. So for the actual ship pieces, I chose the gray and dark gray option, and then I chose the inverted gloss finish for every ship piece. Now all of these decorative pieces, I ended up choosing the black and yellow for all of those. So once everything has been changed, that will complete the build.